Hey, today we're going to be shoutcasting some battles submitted to the channel with Sneasler in the Ultra League. This Pokemon looks very strong with Shadow Claw, Close Combat, and Scizor, and it's going to be paired with a Charizard and a Regice. So shout out to Cutlass Boy 68839. Thanks for sharing these battles with us, and let's go and get right into it. Alright, getting into the first battle, we have Charizard on the lead versus a shiny Pidgeot right there. You love to see the flex, but ultimately right here, how this matchup is going to be playing out is if the Blast Burn can land, and if they get a shield bait, the opponent does with Feather Dance, because you got to be watching out for that Brave Bird. Now, Blast Burn does land for an incredible amount of damage, and this is where the fear sets in. Is this a Brave Bird? No, they're going to go ahead and shield, stop the Feather Dance, which unfortunately does drop the attack of Charizard, which is going to force them now to throw a Dragon Claw early. That way they don't get hit with a potential Brave Bird. But the opponent decides to shield, so you guys got to know what's coming right here. This has to be a Brave Bird. The question is, are they going to let it go? They do. Brave Bird, boom, takes out the Charizard, and we might just see the Sneasler come in with Shadow Claw to farm down. Let's see what's going to come in. It's going to be an Obstagoon. Uh-oh. Shadow Claw and Close Combat, everyone, as they're going to be resisting both Night Slash and Cross Chop here. It's going to be the Night Slash because of the typing, Fighting Poison. So they're going to go ahead and go for Close Combat now, and having back-to-back means we're going to be getting a boom right here. First charge move lands. Boom! Down it goes, and in comes a Trevenant, and Sneasler, being flexible in this meta, has Scizor here for some really solid chip damage, and they're going to go ahead and go for another one, and they need to now bail into Regice. Lock On and Blizzard should be able to secure the win right here for them, as they do have a 1-0 shield advantage, and that is looking to be a good game. Even if this is Shadow Ball landing, it's not going to be enough to KO, as Trevenant just simply doesn't have the damage and energy to close this game out, as Regice now goes for the Blizzard. This is going to be a good game. Boom! We got 3 booms in that game. Starting off hot. All right. Getting into the next battle. We have Charizard on the lead versus Trevenant. Okay, pretty positive lead matchup. Let's see how the opponent decides to adjust. They're going to go ahead and stay in. This is a big tell. If your opponent is staying into a losing matchup, they're wanting to either catch a charge move like we saw right there, maybe hoping for the Blast Burn, or they're weak in the back. And in this case, Charizard is core breaking right now. It does very well against Trevenant and very well against the Giratina Altered. But now in this matchup against Regice, they just need to watch out for Ancient Power, as it does do a decent amount of damage, but thankfully Blizzard is just a beautiful one-shot. This is coming from a Regice. You know it's going to one-shot. Will they let it go? Yes, of course they do. Boom! Down goes the Giratina Altered. And Trevenant now might just be coming back in, but it's going to have to be careful. Again, they could get to Blizzard here, so they're going to have to throw some energy in order to get the Regice out of there. And if this is Seed Bomb, it's not going to be enough damage. Let's see what they decide to throw. It is the Seed Bomb, so that's not enough. They can get to the Blizzard in time, forcing the first shield of this game from the opponent. Let's see. They do get a shield right there, and now they're going to go ahead and swap into the Sneasler and get ahead on energy, and this is a tough situation. You got to shield for the potential Shadow Ball, and they do throw the Seed Bomb instead. Now we see a swap out into Cobalion, and this makes a lot of sense why Charizard was looking to be so strong, why the Trevenant stayed in. The whole team is weak to it. Blast Burn and Dragon Claw making quick work of this team, as we will see a back-to-back close combat right here from the Sneasler. Boom! Down it goes, and Sneasler looking to sweep, as they can safely go for Scizors right here to close this game out with Shadow Claw damage. And that is going to be a good game. But notice right there, on the lead Trevenant, they stayed in. Their whole team was weak to Charizard, and that's a big tell. You got to pay attention to that in your own battles. All right, we got Obstagoon here on the lead. Somewhat of a neutral matchup, but Charizard with Wing Attack and Blast Burn is definitely going to come out ahead, unless we see a Night Slash boost here from the Obstagoon. That's the thing you need to fear, and no boost. So we will see the first Blast Burn now come through, and this is a very good situation for them, as they can easily pressure shields, as they do get one, and they can safely let the next Night Slash go through here. It's not going to be enough to KO. If there was a boost from the previous one, it definitely would be, but they're going to go ahead and decide to shield this and look to go for another Blast Burn here, trying to get all shields out of the game. And then the question is, if they get the shield, will they swap out? They do get the shield. Looks like no swap. Oh, they want to. They swap into the Sneasler now as the opponent is loading up on energy and counter swaps now into the Alolan Muck. But this Muck right here with Poison Jab is barely doing any damage with its fast moves, and close combat here is going to be landing for neutral damage, so they can go for the back-to-back. No, they can. Charge move now coming through, but thankfully with the typing here, they should be able to survive. Oh, it's an Acid Spray. Definitely going to be able to survive and overload a bit more on energy. Unfortunately, they don't have back-to-back loaded, so the Obstagoon might just be able to get off the charge move here as the Alolan Muck goes down, but they get to it anyways just in time. This is going to be one-shotting the Obstagoon. You love to see it. Boom! Get out of there. The final Pokemon is going to be a Togekiss, and that is a good game. All right, moving into the next one, we have Charizard on the lead versus Walrein. Okay, kind of a tough neutral matchup here for both Pokemon, but Walrein with the Powder Snow Ice School Spear is going to be able to put a lot more consistent pressure on Charizard than the Blast Burn will. Granted, Walrein does need to watch out for that charge move, but over time, Charizard's going to be losing this one with that compounding damage as we see here. So here comes the first Blast Burn. Will we see the first shield of this game go down? No. They decide to let it go, and they counter swap now into Sneasler to catch the charge move. This is still going to do a good amount of neutral damage as Ice School Spear chips away some health, and we do see a Venusaur swap in, and this is a beautiful situation for them as Sneasler's going to be resisting the fast move and charge moves here from Venusaur while doing neutral damage with Shadow Claw and X-Scissor. So if they want to play, oh no, they're going to go ahead and let it go. I think they want to come in with Charizard and try to win this game. Let's see how they're going to play this out. They come in with the Charizard right away. They're going to have to give up a shield, but instead they decide to go for Blast Burn right away, getting this Venusaur out of there. Or, no, they decided to let it go. Venusaur goes down. In it comes the Walrein. Something else in the back is extremely weak to Charizard. You are reading that right now, as this Walrein is so low that a Dragon Claw could take it out. And they're going to go ahead and counter swap, and they make a beautiful swap here, catching the Ice School Spear for resisted damage. Final Pokemon makes a lot of sense. It's going to be a Machamp. Now they just got to throw that Thunder from down under, but here comes the first charge move. Will they give up a shield? Yeah, they're going to have to. That Cross Chop would be doing super effective damage, and Charizard doesn't have enough health left. Now they are going for Blizzard, which is a slightly, I think, oh no, it does land! Incredible amount of neutral damage right there, as Machamp is going to be forced to throw, and it's going to be all up to Charizard now to close this game out. Hopefully Wing Attack does enough fast move damage to take it out in time. They do farm down. It's Charizard versus Walrein. Fast move versus fast move. They're going to have to go for it. Double. Oh no! I think it would have been a simultaneous KO right there if they both went for the fast moves. And oh no! The one damage! The one damage! I've never seen that in Go Battle League. If you put up a shield, everyone, we're going to rewind that. Live action rewind right here. If you take one damage when you put up a shield. It doesn't stop everything. So notice, we're stopping it right here. Notice the health on Walrein. The damage actually applies. It's 1 HP. It's 1 HP, which KOs. That's insane. That's insane. Good game. All right, moving to the next one, we got Charizard versus Scizor on the lead. Well, this is a lead you love to see right here. And the opponent is deciding to stay in, which is, again, a big tell like that Trevenant matchup before, that they might just be weak to Charizard in the back. Now, Scizor deciding to go for the Night Slash here. No boost as well. And here comes the Blast Burn, starting off hot here in this battle, as this is going to be one-shotting, but no, the opponent decides to shield, and now we're going to see a potential swap into Sneasler, but they're going to have to shield themselves, as the Night Slash might just be enough damage to KO. Let's see if they counter swap. They're going to go ahead and go for one more Blast Burn, getting all shields out of the game or getting the Scizor out of there, and then we will probably see that Sneasler come right in. No! Boom! Down goes the Scizor. In comes Tapu Fini. And now this is a tough battle right here for the Sneasler, as they are going to be doing all resisted damage, but thankfully Close Combat is still a hard-hitting move. Though it is resisted, I think they might just be able to get to 2 here in time. They're going to go ahead and go for X-Scissor first. I mean, it's not going to get a shield. We're not going to see a shield here from Tapu Fini, but hopefully this Close Combat is going to be enough for them to KO. I'd be curious if they would have been able to go for back-to-back right here in Sneasler, putting in a ton of damage there against Tapu Fini. Now, this is a perfect time for Regice to load up on energy. They need to watch out for the potential Moonblast, but ultimately, the bulk that we see here is going to be enough to survive, as it only does about 40% HP, and the next Pokemon coming in is going to be a Venusaur. This is going to be dangerous here, as Charizard might just be able to close this game out. They have to land this Blizzard, but no, it gets shielded in a counter swap now into Charizard, and this is a tough call. They're going to go ahead and shield Tapu Fini in the back still, might be able to farm down the Charizard after this Blast Burn here on the Venusaur, so this is going to be a very close ending. Boom! Down goes the Venusaur. In comes the Tapu Fini. Lock on versus Water Gun. Who is worried? Regice carrying the team right there. Good game. All right, moving to the next one. We have Charizard versus Bewear on the lead. Shiny at that. Very cool. We see a counter swap now into Ho-Oh, which is very spicy right here. They're going to go ahead and go for the Blast Burn. Even though this is resisted, Blast Burn is a very hard-hitting charge move that does get a shield as well. So the Ho-Oh is respecting the Fire Flyer on the other side of the battlefield as the first charge move coming through from Ho-Oh is going to be shielded. It is going to be that Sacred Fire. Now, they're going to go ahead and go for Dragon Claws here for neutral damage. And since they already got a shield, they can apply some chip damage right here, and they do have a back-to-back load, and they're going to go ahead and go for it, looking to get shield number 2. Will the Ho-Oh give it up? Yes, they do. The Ho-Oh desperately wanting to take switch advantage, and this is actually a beautiful opportunity now for Charizard to take a hold of this game with a potential full farm down. Bewear. You gotta watch. Oh, it's gonna be a Charizard in the back. I think I played this team a couple seasons back. Charizard now going for Blast Burn here, and they're going to be able to get to another one in time. Oh my goodness! No, the opponent gets the Dragon Claw off, but I think this is just going to be not enough damage. Yeah, they survive! Charizard putting on a full sweep right here, taking down Ho-Oh, taking down Charizard, and now we're going to see the close combat close this game out, and this is how you want to see these battles end, with a boom. You'll love to see it. Boom! One shots the Bewear. Good game. Alright, moving into the next one. We have Charizard on the lead versus Sylveon. Very positive lead matchup right here. So let's see how the opponent decides to handle it. They're going to go ahead and swap into Giratina Altered. They're going to bank some energy there on the Charizard and now swap into Regice. Again, got to watch out for Ancient Power. And in these situations, okay, they just have Dragon Claw. They might have Shadow Sneak. In the situations where it is advantageous for Giratina Altered to throw Ancient Powers, you gotta be fearful of the boost. And here it comes, there it is, and no boost right there. You're just holding your breath every single time. I do it, and I know you guys do it too. You're like, please no boost, please no boost. And if you're the Giratina Altered, you're like, come on, give me the boost. Because one boost right here means it's basically game over. They're gonna go ahead and shield the next Ancient Power. No boost as well. We're dancing a fine line right here as another Blizzard is going to be coming through, hoping to one-shot the legendary dragon. And no, they give up another shield. This is going to be such a close game as Giratina Altered might just be able to outpace 2 Dragon Claws. Should be enough. And they decide instead to go for the Ancient Power. And they had gotten the boost and swapped out. But Charizard coming right in now against the Cobalion with Blast Burn. Woo! Boom! Oh, it didn't one-shot it. That's okay. They can farm down. I don't think Cobalion got to the Stone Edge in time. Oh, they did! Boom! Right back! Man. Oh, man. This is, these are some spicy games right here. We are going to see the Sylveon come in, and this is such a dangerous situation as Regice. Oh, my goodness. Double close. Oh, man. I feel... Oh, could they have gotten to the Psyshock in time? This is going to be extremely close. One more close combat. Get to it! Oh, they get to it just in time. My goodness gracious me. Here comes the close combat. Now they got to swap out into the Regice and get to the Blizzard to one-shot the Giratina Altered. And this is going to be a good game. Very well played. Boom! One shot. Oh my goodness. What a fun battle right there. All right. Moving into the next one, we have Charizard on the lead versus Poliwrath. Okay, tough lead matchup right here. Actually, this Poliwrath can core break this whole team, which is why Charizard is deciding to stay in. But they just got to be fearful of the charge move here from Poliwrath, right? The Scald is what you have to watch out for, and they're letting it through. It is going to be the Scald. So much damage as they now go for Blast Burn here, trying to do any kind of resisted damage, and it lands, so they're going to go ahead and swap into the Sneasler and get ahead on energy. And they will be giving up a shield here as the Scald needs to be respected now. And they should be able to farm down. The opponent decides to counter swap into Gengar, but this might have been a bad idea as Shadow Claw is tearing it apart. Now, Scizor's not going to do too much damage in this matchup, but my goodness, it is going to be putting the fear of getting KO'd into Gengar here as they decide to go for the Shadow Ball. Oh, man! That was not the ideal situation right there as they go ahead and go for the Thunder. I thought Sneasler was going to go ahead and shield and just go back-to-back Scissors and just try to get that thing out of there. These are back-to-back booms happening left and right. In comes a Charizard, and now they're going to have to catch the charge move on their own. Charizard, do they get it? They do! And they still have a shield left. Ladies and gentlemen, battlers of all ages, buckle up because Blast Burn was just caught. And now we see a counter catch! Oh my goodness! This game is going to come down to the wire. Here we go. Oh man, here comes another Thunder. It's going to be a race, and it's all going to come down to if the opponent gets a shield bait or if they can get to 2 Blast Burns in time. Here we go. Do you shield it? No, they decided to no shield it. It was the Dragon Claw. What a huge call right there. Regice now on the race to the charge move, and they get to the Thunder in time, and that game was won by the call of the Dragon Claw charge move. Boom! What a fun battle. My goodness, these sets are fun. Charizard versus Cobalion on the lead. Very positive right here as we will see a swap out now into Walrein. And they need to stay in. Looking to try to land a Blast Burn. And then we might see a counter swap out into maybe the... Oh yeah, we're going to see that Sneasler come in right here. And this is still a dangerous situation. As remember, Icicle Spear does a lot of neutral damage, so they have to respect that. And the potential Earthquake as well. But these are just going to be Icicle Spears. That wasn't enough energy. And now they're going to go ahead and go for close combat here. Saving energy on Charizard and having back-to-back here for the Walrein. Oh, message from the wifey. We're battling. We're battling. We'll text back in a minute. is what this battler is thinking right here. As they go for the back-to-back close combat, getting the first shield of the game, and they're able to get to another one in time. Cobalion looking to be in a lot of trouble as Switch Clock is coming back up. Will they do a fast swap to go for the Blast Burn? And they are! And they get to it in time! Charizard coming through clutch right here. You love to see it. Boom! One shots the Cobalion. And the final Pokemon is a Giratina Altered, so that is going to be a good game. Hopefully they texted the wife back saying, look, I just landed some unbelievable booms right there. It was worth the wait, so they're going to go ahead and go for Dragon Claws as they get farmed down. But ultimately, Regice is going to close this game out with Lock On and Blizzard, and the opponent knows it, so they decide to surrender right there. Really good set of battles. My goodness. From Cutlass Boy, 68839, Charizard, Regice, and Sneasler. What a beautiful set. Shout out to this battler, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. So like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.